Hey cybernauts, welcome to Tech Curiosity Stream where we pull back the curtain on the tech that rules your life. Today we're diving into the shadowy, misunderstood world of hacking. Not the Hollywood I'm in nonsense, real hacking. The kind that topples corporations, starts revolutions and occasionally steals your Netflix password. Before we start decrypting firewalls, ethically promise, do the thing. Subscribe and punch that notification bell. We're your VIP ticket to tech's darkest corners, and you don't want to miss what's next. Ready to think like a hacker? Let's roll. Alright, first things first. Let's kill some of those Hollywood hacker myths, shall we? We've all seen the movies, some dude in a dark room, furiously typing away, green code flashing across the screen. It's dramatic, sure, but it's also about as realistic as my chances of winning an esports tournament with a banana as a controller. Hacking isn't about magic, guys. It's about problem solving, with a healthy dose of creative chaos thrown in. Think of it like this. A system is like a really complicated Lego build, right? A hacker's job? Find that one misplaced brick that brings the whole thing crashing down. Now there are different kinds of hackers out there. You've got your white hats, the good guys, the digital superheroes. They're the ones finding those security holes and patching them up before the bad guys can exploit them. They're like the ethical locksmiths of the internet. Then you've got your black hats. These are the villains of the story. They're the ones exploiting those vulnerabilities, stealing your data, your money, your cat videos, you name it. And then, somewhere in between, you've got the gray hats. Now let's fire up the time machine and take a trip down memory lane. We're going back to the era of bell-bottoms and disco fever, the 1970s. This was the golden age of the phone freaks. These guys were legendary. Using nothing but some basic electronics knowledge and a few well-placed toy whistles, they figured out how to hack into AT&T's phone system and make free calls. Can you imagine the phone bill they avoided? Then came the 1980s. This was when hacking started to hit the mainstream, thanks in no small part to a little movie called War Games. Remember that one? Matthew Broderick, a young hacker, almost starts World War III? Yeah, that one. It might have been a fictional thriller, but it definitely glamorized hacking and inspired a whole generation of curious minds. The 1990s saw the rise of hacker groups like Anonymous and Lulzsec. They weren't just about making free phone calls or proving they could. They were about making a statement. They used their skills for digital activism, pranking corporations, and basically causing chaos wherever they went. And then, the 2010s. Alright, time to get our hands a little dirty. Let's pop open the hood and see how this hacking thing actually works. Don't worry, I promise to keep it simple enough that even your grandma who still thinks Facebook is for sending emails can understand. One of the most common methods is something called phishing. You've probably seen these before. Those dodgy emails that try to trick you into clicking a link or handing over your password. You know the ones, your Amazon account has been compromised? Or, congratulations, you've won a free cruise to Hawaii. Yeah, no, don't fall for it. Another popular technique is called SQL injection. This is where hackers exploit vulnerabilities in a website's code to sneak in their own malicious commands. It's kind of like walking into a library, scribbling "gimme all your money" on a request slip and somehow tricking the librarian into emptying the cash register. Then there's ransomware. This is the nasty one. It's like the digital equivalent of kidnapping your data and holding it hostage. Hackers use ransomware to encrypt all your files, your photos, your documents, your precious cat videos, and then they demand a ransom, usually in Bitcoin, to give you the decryption key. And then there are the zero-day exploits. Now let's take a look at some of the biggest, baddest hacks in history. The ones that made headlines, cost companies billions, and basically changed the way we think about cybersecurity. Buckle up, because this is where things get real. First up, we've got the Target breach of 2013. Remember that one? Hackers got their hands on over 40 million credit card numbers, all because they managed to snag login credentials from, get this, Target's HVAC vendor. Yep, you heard that right, the air conditioning guys. Lesson learned, never underestimate the importance of good cybersecurity, even for your vendors. Next, we've got the 2016 US election hack. This one's a doozy. Russian hackers, allegedly backed by the Kremlin, broke into the Democratic National Committee's servers, stole a bunch of emails, and then strategically leaked them at just the right time to sow discord and influence the election. It was a wake-up call for everyone. So, you're probably wondering, what kind of tools do these digital ninjas use to work their magic? Well, the truth is, the barrier to entry for hacking is surprisingly low. There are tons of free and open source tools available online that can give even a complete newbie a surprising amount of power. But, a word of warning, using these tools without permission, even just to test your skills, can land you in some seriously hot water. We're talking FBI at your door, hefty fines, and maybe even jail time. So, maybe stick to ethical hacking, alright? One of the most popular hacking operating systems is Kali Linux. It's like the Swiss Army knife of hacking tools. It comes preloaded with hundreds of different penetration testing and security auditing programs. It's basically a hacker's dream, as long as you're using it for good, of course. Then there's Wireshark. But hey, just because hacking can be used for evil doesn't mean it can't also be a force for good. In fact, there's a whole industry built around ethical hacking, where companies pay skilled security professionals to find and fix vulnerabilities in their systems before the bad guys can exploit them. And the best part? It pays really, really well. So, how do you get started in this lucrative world of ethical hacking? Well, first things first, you need to learn the basics. We're talking networking fundamentals, coding skills, and a solid understanding of how operating systems and web applications work. Think of it like learning the rules of the game before you can start bending them. Once you've got the basics down, it's time to get certified. There are a ton of different certifications out there, but some of the most respected ones include the Certified Ethical Hacker and the Offensive Security Certified Professional. These certifications show potential employers that you're not just some script kiddie who downloaded a few hacking tools off the internet, you're a bona fide digital security professional. Now I know what you're thinking, this hacking stuff is scary. How do I protect myself from these digital ninjas? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Staying safe online isn't rocket science. It just requires a little bit of common sense and a few basic precautions. First and foremost, for the love of all that is holy, use a strong, unique password for every single online account you have. I know, it's a pain to remember a million different passwords. But trust me, it's a lot less painful than having your identity stolen or your bank account drained. And while we're on the subject of passwords, do yourself a favor and enable two-factor authentication wherever possible. It's like adding a second lock to your digital front door. Even if a hacker manages to snag your password, they still can't get into your account without also having access to your phone or email. And for crying out loud, keep your software updated. I know those update notifications can be annoying, but they're there for a reason. Those updates often include security patches that fix known vulnerabilities. Alright, now that I've thoroughly scared you, let's take a peek into the future of hacking. Because if you thought things were wild now, just wait. We're on the cusp of a new era of AI-powered attacks. Imagine malware that can learn your defenses and adapt its tactics in real time. Or AI-powered phishing campaigns that can craft personalized emails so convincing that even the most security-conscious among us would fall for them. And then there's quantum computing. This revolutionary technology has the potential to break the encryption algorithms that protect our data today, making everything from online banking to government secrets vulnerable to attack. It's like giving hackers the keys to the digital kingdom. But perhaps the most mind-blowing possibility is the rise of brain-computer interface hacking. If this video didn't make you unplug your webcam, smash like, share it, and subscribe. Ring that bell. We've got deepfakes, cryptocurrency heists, and AI ethics coming soon. Thanks for diving into the digital underworld with us. Remember, knowledge is power, but don't be a script kiddie. See you in the next video. Until then, stay legal and stay curious.